And we're seeing that if you deploy it the right way, it's extraordinarily effective. And we're seeing our existing customers start to deploy AI in ways that we see as being both repeatable and makes sense to have be part of a CRM infrastructure.
Yeah, that it's totally true. I've been going to a bunch of events and seeing a ton of new AI companies emerge magically, either funded or non-funded. And so they're trying to solve a lot of these problems that contractors generally have. Let's back up really quick because some people don't understand just things like optimal time and the automation side of things. When we were building ProLine in the beginning, when it was just the tool, PowerLine, it was really a concern for me to not upset my customers with automations. The same, it gets even more complicated when you have AI, obviously. So what I wanted to do is continue to build the trust. That's why everyone has a unique local area code phone number. That's why we have that. We want to maintain the trust. Then you have things like optimal time. Can you just break that down really quick? It's somewhat confusing for people, but it was like as a result of like not upsetting a potential customer or existing customer, like optimal time for the automations. What does that look like for people? Because a lot of people, I get that question a lot.
Yeah, optimal time represents, and for anyone wondering, optimal time is our feature in ProLine that intelligently decides what time of day and even what day of the week is the correct time to actually send an automated message to a customer, specifically in the context of, for example, sales follow-up, to make sure you're sending that at the best time of day when they're most likely to respond, when they're most likely to not be angry at receiving it. So working around holidays and stuff like that. But it is optimal time is a good example of the really the lowest, simplest tier of what people commonly will call AI, which is really just machine learning. It's the ability to have a system that learns over time. It's able to look at data, and as it collects more data, it's able to refine its decision-making capabilities to make a more accurate decision. And that's what the optimal time system was. It was a very simple AI that was built into our automation engine, which isn't itself artificial intelligence, but then is rescheduling and deciding the right time of day to send an automation. So that is like one layer up from just automating. Is like, it's like the first layer of actual that you could call AI. And we've had that in ProLine now for three-ish years or more.
I wanted to highlight that because it is kind of the foundation of people that are hesitant to adopt technology or automations now, and now AI for the future. When you're a contractor, I know that a lot of people have the same concerns. And so what we do is we want to address those concerns with intelligent way of deploying these new things. These like, oh, why do I need this? And I don't want to lose. I mean, we spend so much time, effort, and energy getting just a new lead. You don't want to waste that lead or upset that person that's a potential customer or an existing customer. It's really important, like you're saying, the way we held back. And we want to deploy AI the right way. That we want to help our contractors, but I also think of the homeowners that are their customers, because I want them to, have a good experience with our customers. And so let's touch on the things that I have seen the most, and maybe you've seen as well, for these different AI companies popping up in the home service space. What's the first thing that you see, the first use of AI? Like what I see is answering phones and then making outbound calls as well. What does that look like, and what makes it different at ProLine as we deploy it?
Yeah, so I think talking about, like, let me touch on optimal time one more time to kind of set this up. And that is, we approach that. The first piece of AI we ever built in ProLine was, like you're talking about, to make the experience better for our customer's customer. And it successfully did that in a way that a human just simply can't, because it would take way too much time to be monitoring all of this data. And we're approaching this next layer of AI in the exact same way. How do we put together an AI tool set that is able to help our customers delight and create an even better experience for their customers, better than they otherwise would be able to, better than they otherwise might be able to fit and still make a profit, to fit into their budget, and overall something that is going to level up the experience